Hello everyone. Today our MBA topic is communication in soft skill MBA. Every day at work and at home in politics, commerce, education, sport, entertainment and the financial world. Whatever we do in every day or everything, there is the involvement of communication. Communication touches every sphere of our lives. It is the basic requirement for anyone in any job or position for anyone in any public or private company to hold his or her job without mastering the skills of how to communicate with employees, handle the media, or speak in public. But the essential thing is balance. It is important to have knowledge, but you must also have the ability to communicate that knowledge effectively. To communicate with one another is a compulsive urge of human being. There can be no mutual understanding without communication. Mutual understanding is the core of human relations. Communication is like birth, death, breathe, and wanting to be loved as a part of itself. Man is a communicating animal. He alone has the power to express in words. Sight, sounds, touch, smell, and taste are the moods of exchange of messages. Communication is the story of a man and his efforts to communicate effectively. Civilization and culture progress to be extent communication has made these possible. The word communication is derived from the Latin word communist, which means common. In its application, it means a common ground of understanding. It is a process of exchange of facts, ideas, and opinions, and as a mean, the individuals or organizations share meaning and understanding with one another. In other words, it is the transmission and interacting of facts, ideas, opinions, feelings, or attitudes. Communication is an interdisciplinary concept because uh, theoretically it is approached from various disciplines such as mathematics, accounting, psychology, ecology, linguistics, and systems analysis and etymology and cyber metrics, auditing, etc. Now, communication means sharing or exchange of thoughts or ideas. As Oxford Dictionary defines communication as the transfer or conveying of meaning. Communication is the art of being understood, the process of passing the information and understanding from one person to another. It is essentially a bridge of meaning between the people. By using the bridge, a person can safely cross the river of misunderstanding. Communication is transfer of information from one person to another, whether or not it elicits confidence, but the information transferred must be understandable to the receiver. The interchange of thoughts or information to bring about mutual understanding and confidence or good human relations. Communication is an exchange of facts, ideas, opinions, or motions by two or more persons. Communication is also defined as an interrelated approach by word, letters, or messages, and as a way that one organization members share meanings, understanding with another. Communication is the transmission of interchange of facts, ideas, feelings, or courses of actions. Most of the scholars use a working definition of communication, that is, communication is a process of sharing or exchange of ideas, information, knowledge, attitude, or feelings among two or more persons through certain signs and symbols or language, as you may call it. Now, scope and importance of communication. It is an essential for the sender to understand the scope and for the recipient to understand the purpose of the communication. If these understanding do not exist, then there is little chance of the communication being effective. Additionally, although the recipient who must understand the purpose, it is the responsibility of the communicator to ensure that the purpose is clearly identified. Now, what is the scope of communication? The scope of communication is very wide and comprehensive. It is a subject of almost unlimited dimensions and is an interdisciplinary one. It is a two-way process involving both transmission as well as reception. It is a continuous process of exchange of facts, ideas, feelings, attitude, opinions, figures, and interactions with others. In the process, it uses a set of symbols. The symbols may be words, action, pictures, or figures. Communication, however, does not mean downward movement of sending, direction, orders, instruction, etc. It is only one way communication. The scope of communication can be evaluated and analyzed from different point of views. Now, communication in social dimensions. Communication helps to ensure the social enlightenment of the people. It really plays a vital role in the determinations of the social behavior of the human being. It motivates the people according to their own interest and makes them aware of the hazards as well as beneficial things. It works as an instructor and means of transformations in the fast changing society. The different forms of communicative techniques entertain the society that they can be relaxed and prepared for the life struggles. Communication in management. Management is the means of achieving organizational goals efficiently. Effectiveness of management depend on effective communication with the various internal and external parties. Every function of management depends on communication. In fact, without information, plans cannot be formulated, activities cannot be organized, and directive cannot be issued, and control cannot be ensured. Now, communication in education. Communication systems is the part of parcel in educating the people. In the past centuries, where there were no much facilities, also the people could use different techniques of communications for the educational purpose. The various tools that we use in mass communication works as instructors to be or to the people who are in search of knowledge. The educational objectives of modern communication system are increasing day by day. Now, communication in industrial relations. Industrial relations means a labor management relationship in the industry or in an organization, and congenial, free, and fair communication or congenial industrial relations is a precondition for business success. On the other hand, free and fair communication is a prerequisite for creating good industrial relation. Free flow of information reduces the chances of doubt, confusion, and controversies between workers and management. As a result, harmonious relationship develops in the organization. Communication in decision making, managers have to take decisions on various issues daily. Proper information is vital to make perfect dimensions, and communication plays pivotal role here by supplying relevant information. Communication in international relationship. Communication is the one which connects people from different parts of the world, and it develops integrations and tolerance toward each other. The different cultures are merged together through the medium of communication. It integrates different people from the different background of the world. It works as a source of persuasions. The well functioning of the society depends on the integrating element of communication. Communication in publicity. In the world of information, every organization is keen to advertise itself through some distinctive ways. By communicating with concerned parties, an organization does publicly or publicity also. Communication in cross culture environment. Communication provides an opportunity for the promotion and preservation of culture and traditions. It makes the people fulfill their creative urge. The cultural settings of a particular society can be known to the public through communication. Communication helps to spread the cultures into different areas. The concept of the concept of inculturations is developed in the post-modern context of communication. To break the routine life and divert our attention from the stressful life we lead today, entertainment is an essential part of our everyday life. Communication opens a wide possibility of entertainment to the people. It brings from the interpersonal communication to the vast ocean of mass communication. The scope of the forms drama, music, comedy, etc. is really wide in the entertaining aspects of it. Communication is a message takes place through different medium. The main function is of communications are information, entertainment, and education. Communication means transferring messages from one to another through any medium. So the scope of communication is never ending. The communication will be the part of society as long as it creates exist. But the possibilities of communications will develop in the course of time since man is curious being. So we shall look for the latest communicative techniques. Importance of communication. Effective communication is an important life skill that enable us to better understand and connect with the people around us. It allows us to build respect and trust, resolve differences, and foster environment where problem solving, caring, affections, and creative ideas can thrive. Lack of effectiveness communication relatively leads to conflict and frustrations in both professional and personal relationships. The following points that I mentioned right now highlight the importance of communication. Communication helps to spread knowledge and information among people. For example, authors write book to impart knowledge to the world and teachers shares their experience with their students. Also, friends, co-workers discuss their ideas with each other. So communication is the foundation of all human relationship. At first, strangers start talking and getting to know each other, and then relationships are formed when they have more interactions and communications. So that's the end of the video, my friends. If you like my blogs, please subscribe it and share it. Thank you.